Verse 6 is the longest of the verses we've encountered so far. At the start of this verse, he is describing some interactions with probably friends and family, other people in his community who are trying to help him feel better. And they say things that they mean well, but they don't help. Have you ever had friends try to cheer you up and say things that you know they mean well, but they don't land, and they just upset you more? Does that reminds me of the friends of Job in the book of Job in the Old Testament. Job has gone through these terrible reversals in his life and his fortune, and his friends come to cheer him up, but they just end up arguing, and they're frustrated that Job refuses to admit that he was in the wrong, and he's frustrated at them for insisting that he's in the wrong. It would have been better for them to just sit with him. In my times being with people who are grieving, I've learned that it's better for me to sit with someone who's grieving, to ask them about their feelings, ask them about what's going on, but not to offer my take or my perspective unless it's asked for. Let them tell their own story rather than me try to give them a story, and to just be with them. We all grieve at our own pace. We like to come in, and it hurts us to see people who are unhappy or grieving, and we instinctually want to make them feel better, but sometimes it's better to let people grieve on their own and to just be with them in their grief. Well, Alfred Tennyson's friends say, look, Alfred, this is common to lose someone we love and care about, and you got to just move on. They're not wrong, but he says, that makes me feel even worse to think that people are hurting like this all the time. His friends try to cheer him up, but they make him feel worse. Let's see. One reference in this. I'm at like line 15 of this verse. His heavy-shotted hammock shroud drops in his vast and wandering grave. Apparently, sailors, if they died at sea, they'd wrap them in a cloth and put weights in it so that it would sink to the bottom. So that's that weighted burial cloth. Another thing that stands out in this verse is the metaphors that Tennyson uses to try to help us understand his grief. For verse 5, we talked about how language was inadequate for deep emotion. If there is any language that is able to describe or to help the reader feel deep emotion, I think it has to be poetry. And Tennyson demonstrates that very well in this verse here. One of the things that poetry does is it tells us this thing is like this thing, or this thing is this thing. And in drawing those connections, we're able to see the original thing. Poetry says A is like B, and when the poet makes this unexpected connection, it helps us see A in a different light, or see it more clearly, or connect with it in a different way. These poetic metaphors are powerful ways of helping us feel what the poet wants us to feel. In this verse, Tennyson gives us three metaphors. A father whose son, it sounds to me like, is off at war and is shot and dies at war before half the father's life is even done. His son has already died. A mother who's praying. Her son is out at sea, and even while she's praying, in the moment she's praying for his safety, the sailor has died and is being buried at sea. And then this last one is a young woman, like a betrothed, can't think of the word, fiancé. She's a fiancé, she's engaged or something like that. He paints this very touching scene. She's got the fire in the stove. It's burning and it's cheerfully crackling in the fireplace. She's waiting. She's expecting her beloved to come home, and he doesn't make it. The thought of her beloved turns her, her cheeks blush. She's so in love with him, looking so forward to seeing him. She's setting her hair just right, and he never comes. He has died. And these metaphors are ways that Tennyson is trying to help us feel the grief that he feels. Powerful poetic tools. Verse 6. One writes that other friends remain, that loss is common to the race, and common is the commonplace, and vacant chaff well meant for grain. That loss is common would not make my own less bitter, rather more, too common. Never morning wore to evening, but some heart did break. O Father, wheresoe'er thou be, who pledgest now thy gallant son, a shot, ere half thy draught be done, hath stilled the life that beat from thee. A mother, praying God will save thy sailor while thy head is bowed, his heavy shotted hammock shroud drops in his vast and wandering grave. Yet know no more than I who wrought at that last hour to please him well, who mused on all I had to tell, and something written, something thought, expecting still his advent home, and ever met him on his way, with wishes, thinking, here today, or here tomorrow will he come. O somewhere, meek, unconscious dove, that sittest, ranging golden hair, and glad to find thyself so fair, poor child, that waitest for thy love. For now her father's chimney glows in expectation of a guest, and thinking this will please him best, she takes a riband or a rose. For he will see them on tonight, and with the thought her color burns, and having left the glass, she turns once more to set a ringlet right. And even when she'd turned, the curse had fallen, and her future lord was drowned in passing through the ford, or killed in falling from a horse. Oh, what to tell her shall be the end, and what to me remains of good? To her, perpetual maidenhood, and unto me no second friend.